Risky behavior.
The views and opinions expressed on this channel are solely those of the host and guest and are intended for entertainment and discussion purposes only. This channel does not promote bias, hatred, or discrimination of any kind. All questions posed and thoughts shared are part of a critical thinking exercise and are not meant to offend or judge any individual or group. We encourage respectful dialogue and love for all. Please remember to think critically and engage thoughtfully. We aim to foster a positive and inclusive community where everyone feels welcome. Thank you for being a part of Risky Behavior ENT.
Risky behavior.
Let's see how this goes.
What's your topic on YT, Smelly? That's what I was asking.
You say
What's
what?
your topic on YT on over there, YouTube?
Oh, I'm gonna do this one, and they're gonna be talking about child support on the what's that show? Eight at the Table. So um, it was the mother, I believe, sent them asking for advice because her daughter had sent her a message saying how she's upset with her mom because she was saying every time she asks her mom for something, she tells her no, but she buys her siblings stuff. But I guess she must have had talked to her dad, and her dad told her like, hey, I give your mom $1,900 a month, you know, and so she just doesn't agree with how her mom is spending the money, and so like it's like a situation where the father is paying child support, but the mom, using the money for the entire household. So of course that money is also being used to, I guess, technically, indirectly take care of kids that are not his.
Damn. Why didn't she put those dudes on child support?
I don't know. I guess she didn't include that in. So that's what they was discussing. But I guess they was more so saying like, think the focus more so was the daughter wrong for how she approached her mom. One of the ladies on the show felt like the daughter was a little disrespectful because the daughter also put in the text messages like, "Hey, if it wasn't for my dad, you wouldn't even be able to have this house and stuff." So yeah, it was crazy. I understand because the daughter's 16. I think at that age, kids are going to start to question things. Like my son, he's 16. He's at the age where he's like, they don't just take the whole "because I said so" conversation anymore. They kind of got questions now, but yeah, it seemed kind of like the mother and the father are at odds, man. They're not doing too good at co-parenting, is what I think, and they're not sitting down talking to her and discussing those things. I got different views on. I think I'd be thinking at least if you are sending child support, I would think at least that parent would set aside some money for a savings account or something for the child. But I think it is kind of messed up though. Like your father sending you all this money, but you have nothing to show for it. But I also understand that if you are not married to a person, have kids with them, if they have other kids, it's kind of out of your hands. You know.
I got you. What up, Nan? Pull up. I ain't speak to Nan in a long time.
Oh,
You
I
remember
see, man.
Nan?
Yeah.
Nan, how you been?
I've been really busy. I've been. I mean, I come on Clubhouse, but mostly to listen. I don't really. I I talk sometimes in the politics room, but I do mostly listening now because I be at work and just doing a lot of stuff.
Got you. Well, it's good to see you. What's your thoughts on the title?
What is that? Would the world end if men went on strike or women went on
Uh
strike?
huh.
I honestly I don't know at this point because I mean the people sacrificed a lot of power during the last election cycles. You know, it goes back not that long, but people been really giving up a lot of power. So I don't know if at this point a strike can really achieve what a strike would have achieved in the past.
What you think, T?
Is T there? T,
He
you
might
up?
not be.
When I think about it, I think I would go by because I think what gave me the idea about it, because I know it was in a room and they were saying, well, like men are useless, and I was like, well, maybe one day that'll be true, but currently I don't think so. I said if every guy walked off their job in the world, I think the world would I think the world would fall apart. I don't think the same thing would happen currently if all women walked off of their jobs. I think we would take a big hit, but would it just completely destroy the world? I don't think so. And
Interesting.
and so then one of the young ladies, she said, well, what about, which was odd to me. I kind of chuckled because she said, what about nurses and social workers or something? I was like, social workers? I was like, do you understand what I'm saying? And then she said, well, the nurses. And I thought to myself, nurses. Okay, I'll go with that. I could do something as simple as say every truck driver don't move at all. And that would shut down the hospital. Because how would you get your syringes, your materials? People fail to realize during COVID, when I remember I was doing some deliveries to racetrack, and even at the racetrack, people were walking up to me saying, thank you for your service, as if I was in the military, because they understood how does anything get to your hospital, your doctor's office, um, how does it get to your store, the food that's on the shelf. I think people take those things for granted, that if nobody pulls up and does it. Or like me the other day, I took plastic somewhere, right? So even your bottles, like your Coca-Cola bottles, somebody like um, I'll go down to Florida, pick up the plastic that they take to make bottles for Pepsi, right? So you think about all these things like syringes and the things that people have that they make. There's like 2 to 3 stops before that happens, before it hits. So you can have all the nurses in the hospital that you want. They're going to run out of things. Who's going to bring the gauzes, everything that they use in the hospital? They get a supply. People fail to realize, like even at your local grocery store, you got what? How many trucks? I mean, faithfully every day to keep that grocery store stocked. No less than 6 trucks is pulling up with pallets of food and water and everything. And think about how many grocery stores are in that one little area. You got a Publix right there. You'll have 2 different grocery stores, like literally like less than a mile from each other, and they're both getting all this stuff. So I just don't think people think about that stuff. Another thing is your car. How your car gonna run? Who gonna bring you your gas? Who's gonna fix your car? So when you think about the dominating fields that really run this world, your electricians, how you gonna get your electricity? Who fix and make sure the water is running properly and being filtered? And I think people take those things for granted and stuff like that. So it just made me think about that. What would the world go into chaos?
I'm back, yeah.
Now if it could be another answer for that. That's just my first initial thought, but I could be overlooking something.
No, I respect that. Do you consider being a housewife a job?
It could be a job, but I don't. I don't think it ranks that high though.
Well, if there was no housewife, I mean, how many daycares are run by men? So who would watch the children so that the men could go to work?
What if I own a daycare?
How many men do
I know a lot.
own and run? Because we're saying women completely just
Yeah,
taking strike from work.
we have a whole coalition. It's called the MDC,
He make them things up,
the
right?
Men's Daycare Coalition.
Yeah. But see, but Kelly, think about this. I said, would the world end? So I'm thinking about the worst case scenario. So I said, like, if women walked off their job, we would take a big hit. So even if all the nurses left, but it would only affect people that need to be in the hospital. But all the other people that are healthy, they would be fine, right?
Yeah, no, no. That's why I said daycare, like daycare, babysitting. If all of the, you know what I mean, or house moms, if all of them walked off, how would the men go to work? You think men would trust men to babysit their kids?
Fuck no.
Oh, you found the cheat code.
Yeah.
Mm, damn. You're right. Okay. But you're assuming that these men wouldn't say, hey, look, we might lose some babies.
Damn.
Yo,
And you got to
damn.
consider there's a lot of men that are single and childless.
That's true. That's fair.
But that does present a problem. You all right. I have to think about that. That is crazy.
I think I think both
Because I would have to include that.
I think both bring balance, right? Like I think that like one can't go without the other, and that's just what it is. Cause I feel like everybody has everything and everybody has a place. So it's like if the if we, for instance, right, like Kelly bring up a great point with the nurses. Okay, yeah, you brought up electricians and carpenters and shit like that. Yo, let's say, and let's be honest, a lot of niggas ain't smart, bro. Let's say I'm throwing up a wall, and a nigga shoot a fucking nail through my hand. It ain't no nurses at the hospital, bro. It ain't
Well, there
as
are male
many.
nurses.
Yeah, but how many of them do you see to female nurses or women?
No,
My
it's
fault.
true. Probably like 10%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so now, and think about how many dumb niggas get hurt every day. Now, how long I'm gonna have to wait to get this fucking nail out my hand? I might bleed out by the time one of these goofies get to me. So it's just like, bro, you gotta think about that type of shit. And then on the opposite end of shit, Diabolical got a great point. Yo, like it's the same in reverse. I'm not saying it don't exist. I know a woman that is a mechanic and she cold as fuck at her job. But how many of them exist? You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta. It's like you can't have one
At the
without the other.
end
I
of the
think.
day, all y'all need to just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up and suck dick and swallow. Facts. And the world will be so much better.
You
So
Don't
you
think
talk
believe
women did
back.
that?
Don't talk back. Don't
you
say
believe that women
shit.
should do
Just
that too?
suck the dick, lick it, and swallow the nut and don't even let none out. Swallow it, shit it out. Facts.
Who hurt you?
Swallow the nuts. The world will be better.
Who hurt you?
Nah, you organic. You saying you want the women to do that?
And you know, all of me, all as a man, you need to do. I'm the only girl. I got 5 brothers. As a man, because you already own it, it's already supposed to been there. You been playing with it and you ain't got it. And when that happens, when a woman do that, you just lay back and take it. Yeah. And wake up with it and see what you want to do after it. Facts. If you rule the world. Oh my God, bust nigga all down my throat. Over my body.
That's how you like it, huh?
Yeah. Cause it's you. Give me all of you. I wanna taste you. I wanna feel you. Fact. Everything. You're ugly. You're good. Fact.
You want all the energy.
We ain't doing it right. It ain't gonna hit right if you holding something back. I know, cause I'm giving you everything. You getting all my shit back.
Mm. So you trying to make a nigga bust that go blind and go to sleep nigga.
Set yourself free. Who got you hostage? Fuck out of here. Don't allow nobody, nothing to hold you hot. Yeah, tell it, I'm gonna bust all over you.
Riveting. Riveting. How do you feel about that, Sister Connie?
What feel about what? You guys said a lot. Feel
How do
about
you
what?
feel? How do you feel to the prompt? Let's start with the prompt.
Right. Ask her what's the point? What's something that stuck out to her? The fuck? She playing like she's slow when she not.
Okay, something that's eyesore.
What you have to say about the conversation you just heard? What
I
stuck out
really
to
didn't have. I
you?
really didn't have anything to say. I think it was. I think I was like neutral. I wasn't like on the fence
It's
at
so
all.
cute. That's so nice.
Yeah, and I kept
Uh,
going in and out. Generally,
I, I,
clickbait will catch me if I disagree or if I'm learning something. So I have to decide if I want to keep it or throw it out.
get free. Oh, you got somebody to check you. What the fuck? What? Oh, okay. It's cool though. That's your life. That's the way you
Yeah,
live.
yeah, you
I
can't
ain't here
you
to
can't
judge.
take
Look, we
everything, and then
love,
you got to
look,
have
we love, right, we
revelational
love, we
knowledge.
don't judge.
Yeah,
We
you got to
love, we
have
don't judge.
revelational knowledge, so when
Yeah, we
people
love,
spit
we
it
don't
out,
judge.
you got to
Yeah.
be able to understand
I
it, chew
know,
it,
like, what
digest
the
it,
fuck?
manifest it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you be getting tired of that shit though? Like the fuck. Yeah, I understand. The fuck. Could they keep it over there? The fuck. I'm over it. I ain't doing that no more. You know what I'm saying?
You meet the right guy, you'll lose your hat in the creek.
Hell yeah. Fuck, I ain't coming with no head. My mouth open. Just bust, nigga, bust. Fact.
Yeah, Miss Connie, do you think the world will end if all men went on strike or if all women went on strike?
Probably all men. I think because they men I've had them as my male supervisors, and they're just so much easier to
Oh
work
my
with and work under.
God. And you wrong.
Yeah,
All
but
them niggas could
God
go
created
bye
two
bye long as
sexes
the
for a
women
reason,
running it.
so I think that's what
Got
makes
it
the
right.
world go
You just
round.
hired the new
Organic,
one.
organic. Hold on for a second. Let Miss Connie answer.
Yeah, I think it's
She just
necessary
asked me
that
to say
the
the
world
women
go around with both of us. But I have always had male supervisors, so I couldn't
that
picture a
you fuck
world without
with. Yeah,
men.
you fuck with. And you suck their lanes to let them play in your TT and shit. Yeah,
Whatever gets
yeah,
my freak on,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You did
Whatever
all
gets
that.
my freak
Yeah.
on,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Tell them
So yeah,
that. You was torn. Yeah. The fuck
not
out of here. You
necessarily. I'm
a
a
hoe. You
woman of the
got balls.
promise.
You a
Not
fuck man. You
necessarily.
don't even matter. Your opinion don't even fucking matter. You a fucking whore. The biggest bidder get you. Fuck out of here. You can't pay me. I fuck for free. Nigga, I tip you. Yeah, that's me. Fuck out of here. So fucking for whoever gets up. What? This hoe still working. Tell her she ain't doing a good job, Betty. You ain't retired? Or fuck out of here. You
Oh,
whore.
honey, when it
You
comes to
gotta
sex,
be
I'll never
retired.
retire.
Sorry, yes,
Never,
you are. You don't even care about it.
never.
You put a price on it.
Well, my parents raised me differently, and so since they're both dead, unfortunately,
Look
I'm
at
going to
your
hold on to
phone.
what they
Okay,
say
it's
and
a
not
right. Let me
organic.
tell you.
Sorry.
Now you ain't got to get no separate side your both your parents dead. Man, girl, go. You should really be rocking this shit.
Well, I was
Both your
also
parents
hard headed
dead.
growing up
Goodbye.
too, like a Mack truck. So, you had to
You
get
ain't
out
got
there
to
and
get
learn the
in that
hard way
shit.
and get
You
ran over
not
by that
getting no
Mack truck.
sympathy. You're not getting no
Yeah.
sympathy for that shit.
Yeah.
Got both
Well,
my
I just,
parents dead. Well,
yeah.
you ain't dead. You winning. Now you really don't love nobody. Now nobody should play with you.
Okay.
Fuck
Hold up. My
out of
son is
here.
here.
Yeah, you should be like, you ain't taking nobody playing with you. My mom and daddy dead. So what you think I'm gonna think about you? That's how you should be telling. Like, the fuck, man, quit playing. My mom and daddy dead. And I'm out here. Bad.
Yo, what's up, Bag? How you doing, man? And Genius,
What up? What up?
what up? What up? And Kelly, don't try to
Uh,
blame me. Nah, we just doing a topic today. It's just it's not really clickbait or nothing like that. It's just like an honest thought process. Do you think the world would end if like all the men went on strike, or if all the
I think the
women went
world
on
will
strike?
end if you the one up there leading it. So
Organic,
you should quit fucking
shh,
fighting.
organic.
Fact. I just told you. The
On
world
mute.
will end if you the one leading it. So shut the fuck up and shut up.
No, on mute.
Yeah, nigga,
Organic,
shut the fuck up. The
organic.
fact. You finna lead all of them somewhere they ain't trying.
She do this every Friday, man. She be told up, man. I'm pretty sure she's fun on Friday nights, but not for conversation. Um, so it's
uh,
just it ain't no right or wrong answer. It's just like when you think about like all the jobs, everything that keeps the world going and moving, like just life in general. If what you think would be the biggest hit, like if all the women was like, "Fuck y'all, we don't like the way you treating us, we walking off our jobs," or if all the men said that, which one you think would be the bigger hit?
I mean, which one would affect me the most? If all the women went on strike, but uh, I don't know. I don't know. But men do the most important jobs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But shit, all the men can leave. I don't give a fuck. I'll just care if women stay. So I had to say the women for me personally. You know.
Oh yeah, man, ain't no wrong answer. It's whatever you think. I only thought about the guys. I was just thinking about like how we gonna get when you think about who bring the food to the grocery stores and stuff. How we gonna eat?
Yeah, but when you think about okay, would you rather have men bringing food to the grocery store or women? Which would you rather?
Uh, I think most guys gonna say women, but that ain't who bring the
Okay,
food.
then.
But that ain't the person who bring the food to the grocery store. I
I'm
bring the
t-
food to the grocery store.
I know, but shit, I'd rather get some women to do it. You could call off and we'll just get some women to do it.
Oh shit!
Okay. So who would
Uh,
you rather save you in the event of a fire in your home?
a woman.
Come on.
To save you in the house with a fire. That's crazy.
Yo, bag,
Yeah,
he dedicated though. I give it to him. He dedicated.
Yeah, he
But I ain't think about
consistent.
this
That's
too.
crazy.
Your police officers, your
a
military, your
woman. Hey,
firefighters, they're all men.
they could all
So,
be women though overnight. Shit, I can dig it.
The fire department being all women. That's crazy.
Yeah, I can dig it.
You hear me? All right. And so whenever I go and my car messing up, right? And so whenever I go and I pull up at a car lot, I pray it's not a woman that's fixing my car because I want it to be done
Oh
right.
damn. Oh
All right. And
damn.
so so, no, my bad. It sound wrong when
Hey,
I say that,
I
but
just
I wanted to be, you know, my bad. But I want it to be done right. I like whenever I go and I like my car messing up, and I go to like car lot or whatever, and I'm like, hey. my alternator is messing up. I pray there's not a woman that's doing it because I want it to be done right. I want it to
Uh,
be
okay.
um
Let me ask you a question though. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have a working alternator or a woman?
a working alternator. Definitely.
Uh, I can't agree. I can't agree.
And so that sounds like a nigga that don't want a car. That's what it sounds like.
I'm saying though, if I got to choose between a car or a woman though, I'm gonna choose a woman though.
Yeah, my woman
Yeah,
got a car.
definitely. And you and your woman can walk.
No, she got a car.
Yeah, my woman got a car too.
Yeah, I didn't say you didn't, but I'm just saying,
My,
simply, I don't want
my
a
woman got
woman
two
working on
cars.
my
She got
car.
she got two cars.
I don't
So
want a woman working on my car. I want to let my woman change her tire, pump her gas. I won't even do
I
that.
would. Why not?
yeah, I'm not gonna let her do that.
And the
Like
reason why is because that's my job. What you mean, why not?
It ain't
yeah,
my
exactly
job.
right.
It ain't my
But
car.
say, nah, I change my woman's
Okay,
tire. Like I do that.
cool beans. Cool
Yeah,
beans.
but I'm saying like if I had a choice between all the men saying "fuck this, we leaving," or all the women saying "fuck this, we leaving," I'm like the men could go. I'll be stay here with all the women by
Yeah, that's that
myself,
young nigga
and we'll
shit.
make it work.
I'm OG, man.
We'll
That's
make
a
it work.
young nigga shit, man.
So I'll be like King Solomon, I'll be here with all the women
Yeah.
want to see me.
Be like King Solomon. Don't
Yeah,
be
we,
like those
we'll,
young niggas.
we'll figure it out. So
But I don't think your woman ain't gonna have no car either in
Yeah,
Yes,
this
she
I'm
would.
a
scenario.
provider. Yeah, she gonna have a car.
If if all the men walk off their
I
jobs,
wouldn't even
then
deal with a woman that didn't have her own. Why would I want a liability? That's liability insurance.
but man, you how you gonna replace all them jobs, man? I don't think you
with
gonna
the
be
women,
able.
the women will figure it out. I mean, women are, they might not be doing it right, but they'll do
Yeah.
And y'all got liability insurance, man. That's crazy. Y'all got that liability, man.
He said they might not be doing it right, Hebrew. He said
They'll look good doing it though.
Hey, that's
They'll
crazy,
look
man.
good doing it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Hey, how
oh
y'all
man. Hey, at
brothers
least
doing
you
though?
consistent.
Hey,
We doing good. How you
it's been a
doing?
minute, man. Diabolical.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
all
yeah.
you see up here is brothers?
No, he ate one, man. He good. You know.
Yeah.
Nah, Hebrew. Kelly was saying you ain't see her. You ain't say what's up, sister.
Oh yeah, what's up? What's up?
Sada.
Yeah.
I
So y'all
appreciate the
really be
honesty.
pumping y'all lady gas?
Yeah, I done did I done did it a couple times.
Yeah, I ain't never did that, bro. Not my car, not my problem, bro.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
I
Good.
ain't changing tires. I ain't doing none of that shit, bro. That shit crazy.
So what's up with this topic? It says, would the world end if I ain't gonna say what that those two things mean.
Men,
Went on strike or
women.
and so yeah, I ain't gonna say all that. I ain't gonna say all that. And so and so simply this, I would say yes, obviously. And the reason why is because women do not want the same occupations that a man has.
Wait, it's an either or question, so how would your response be
Yeah, definitely.
yes?
And so the response will be that it says, would the world end? That's a question. Yes or no,
No, no,
right?
no, no. Would the world
No.
end if men went on strike or women? That's the question.
Yeah, I ain't want to say that. He said, if would the world end if man went on strike or women? And I would say that it would be man.
Why?
I would say simply because girls don't. Beyonce is the only person that was the person that said who was the world girls. That she's the only person that did that.
I've heard plenty of women say that.
What does on strike mean?
Just stop working.
Yeah, definitely. My woman don't work. It's not one woman that I would ever have. Like, that's just me personally. I will never have a woman, meaning that I'm taking care of her and she's working. She can have talents and she can have hobbies, but it's not gonna be working. I
I
work.
mean,
I do that.
I think it's
Yeah,
counterintuitive
definitely.
because I mean, the only reason why niggas do work is because of women. So, like, yeah, I think like if the women went on strike, I mean, they don't fucking work like that
It wouldn't
anyway.
affect me. It wouldn't affect
So,
me at all. Because my
but
wife,
at the
my
same,
wife would do it.
it would affect you because the only reason why niggas work is for women. So eventually that shit will fall too.
You think that's the only reason niggas work?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Because
think
I
about it. If the
want, yeah,
nigga, if a nick,
I work because
if
I
the
want
nigga,
to. And
if the niggas,
she gets the benefits of what I want. Everything that I want. My goals, if she like if you pick the wrong type of guy, you will get whatever he's interested in. If he's struggling, you're gonna struggle too. If he's doing what he's supposed to do, you're gonna reap the benefits. And so
What she
so
want?
I disagree with that.
Why would she
nah,
reap the
nigga,
benefits?
but nigga, from the fucking clothes that you wear, you're doing that for a woman. Do
No, I'm
you
not.
do
I'm
you
doing that
just
for me.
No, I
do
don't. I
wait
don't
so you
wear
just put
I wear
so you put on
clothes.
clothes you put on wait so you put on clothes to just look good for yourself?
I don't
Yeah, I
work
like
like
clothes.
you. I don't work like you,
That's
brother.
fucking
I
weird.
don't work like you.
Why is that weird?
I don't
Hold
work like
on
you.
though,
I'm
Pierre. In this
not working.
scenario, but the
I'm not
women
working
are
like you,
still
bro.
hold on, Hebrew. In this scenario, the women are still here on Earth. We're not getting rid of them. We're just saying on strike. Like, who has the jobs that keep this world turning?
Man,
If that's all I'm
I
saying.
agree, but why do men have jobs in the first place?
But
For
what I'm
money.
saying is, even if the women walked off their jobs, that would make men work
definitely.
harder because the women are not working. So they would still keep working for women. Nothing would
Preach,
change. They would
preacher.
still work for women
Preach, preacher.
because those women are not working. The men still need to put groceries in the store. You still need policemen. You still need firemen. The man would step up even more to take care of those women.
Let your women be women. Let them do
Okay,
that.
if you break it down like that, I agree.
Let them have hobbies. Let them have certain things that they want to do. And you work. How about that? That'll be
Why?
way better.
Why
But
can't I have hobbies and do what I
that's what I'm
want to do
saying.
and
Like
she go
that's
to
why
work?
You
I
can
asked
do
what's
it.
on
You
strike.
can
So
do it. You can do the
we're
exact
only
same thing.
talking about
I,
going on strike about working.
man, y'all just don't want to be men. That's crazy.
Why
We're
does
only
that make
talking about
somebody
going on
less of a
strike.
man?
We're talking about only going on strike about working.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Just about working.
How does that make somebody less of a man? Did I lose my dick and balls because I decided to stay at home and she went to work?
Yeah, definitely. That's
No.
exactly what it means.
Explain to me
That's
scientifically how that
exactly.
happened.
Yeah, and so simply this is because a woman depends on a man to protect and provide.
How am I not protecting from the crib?
Boom.
If you don't,
I'm
then
at the crib. I got a
it's
gun. What can
yeah,
I not
definitely.
protect from
Sitting at the
inside the
house
house?
by yourself waiting for somebody to come. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's protecting. What the fuck? You don't protect
Pause.
offensively. You protect defensively.
How is he protecting at work? And she's on the other side of town at home.
Exactly.
Money.
If a nigga come in there and rape her, guess what
That's
happened? She got raped.
that's what I'm saying about women is,
Nah,
and
my nigga.
sometimes
Nah, I want you to
sometimes
explain to me
women
how
they
you could
have to
protect
be so
offensively.
masculine, and they have to protect themselves because of niggas like him.
How can you protect offensively? I want you to tell me that.
You got the answers, bro. You got it.
Yeah, I know I got it.
Well, I mean, all a king does is sit on their front throne and delegate anyway. It's not like the nigga doing work. The nigga just delegating to all the niggas who work.
Exactly.
And that,
Yeah,
so if
if
you a sit
y'all
at
weird
home
ass
nigga
niggas
and
want to do that
you
shit, that's you.
delegating your bitch, I mean,
I kind of feel you.
if a motherfucker can rule a kingdom just sitting on their throne and telling other people what to do, why can't a stay at home nigga do the same?
Exactly.
That would be when men would actually be leaders in that position.
See, Pierre, he wasn't trying to hear me because he be coming with that Hebrew Israelite goofy bullshit.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like, nigga, you don't gotta like you don't have to go outside and fucking uh, grab up a log to show a bitch you a man. Like,
Exactly. I gotta
if
build
you
a
a man,
house.
if you a man, you a man. I mean, you could delegate and you could delegate and be manly and just chill.
Exactly.
But when wartime pop off, that's I mean, hopefully wartime never pop off, but that's when you would show your manliness.
See, niggas be scared of critical thinking, man.
And he probably the type of nigga that like when a bitch walk by, he like try to flex his muscle and shit and be like, "Oh yeah, what the fuck?" Like, get the fuck out of here.
Lonzo's scared to come up.
Why are you scared of
Lonzo, this
you?
is a safe space. You
What's
can
up?
come
What's
up.
up, yo, Kelly? My fucking nigga.
What up, Pierre?
I had to buy some holy water for your non-believer ass the other day, but that's a different subject.
Oh, goodness
I
gracious.
I don't want Lonzo to think this. Yo, Lonzo, this is a safe space, gang. You can come up. I just like to challenge niggas thinking because you know what I'm saying. You can't say something and not provide the evidence to back it up. You can't just do that, bro. This ain't a room of goofies, gang. You gonna have to come up here and I want to hear why you feel that way. That's it. You ain't gotta. I'm not telling you to, you know what I'm saying, defuse a bomb. I'm just telling you to explain. That's all I want to know. Just if you feel like a nigga being a stay at home dad makes him less of a man, why? Did that nigga lose his dick and balls? No, he did not. And if you can't scientifically prove that, and you don't know that nigga, you don't know what the fuck he'll do. He also said, I'm not protecting by staying home. How does that make sense? What is the definition of protection? You're not protecting somebody offensively. You're protecting somebody playing defense. So it's just fucking stupid. That's all.
We need to really wake that up one day, though.
No, I'm gonna keep it a
Yeah.
thousand. I'm gonna keep it a thousand with you. My dad, I keep it. My mother had a like a specific health issue when I was growing up. I forgot what it was, but like she would basically like pass out in front of me and shit. And my dad had a job where he would like have to go out of town and shit. And so like it was some times when my mother had episodes and I had to like be the nigga in charge and be the nigga there because my dad wasn't there. Not saying he's a shitty guy or nothing, but if that nigga was home 24/7, I mean everything will get handled right then, right there, whatever. But that nigga was out and about getting money for the family, which is a good thing. But I mean, if a nigga is not forced to work and have to travel and shit for work and you're there, I mean, that's better than traveling and shit all the time.
Exactly. But see, your father played a pivotal role as well. I agree with you. He's not at all a shitty nigga because he was making sure that y'all was straight. You stepped up into your manhood and played the role of taking care of your moms while he was at work. You did a good thing, and it shows in how he raised you that he set you up to take on that role. Of course, you gonna struggle. You know what I'm saying? Because this is something that is not of the norm, but you did it, and your dad made sure shit was good from where he was at, and made sure that y'all was good, and you made sure that your moms was good. And when he was there, he made sure your moms was good.
And that's correct. And you got to think about how many, like, just think as a man, right? Think about how many hours of your life you spend working and financially providing, right? But think about how many hours that are missed within a child's life. Think about the type of child that you raise if you're there 100% of the time. And I'm not just saying being in the kid's life, but I'm saying like waking up, being able to not have to go to work and you could literally spend an entire day with your child at weeks at a time, months at a time, years at a time. You're going through every single phases of their life with them, until they become into adulthood. And thinking about this growing up, most of the time that I got into mischief and I did, whatever the fuck was times that like my dad might have been out of town or I was at school
or I was here, I was there when parents aren't present. You know what I'm saying? Like, but imagine like you have a dad that just is there all the time. Nigga, you're not getting away with shit because that nigga is always there. Nigga, I used to tell my fucking friends like, yeah, nigga, we could smoke and shit at my house this weekend cause shit, nigga, my dad going out of town for a week. You know what I'm saying? Like you get into mischief when there's not a parental presence there. So, you know, if I hit a jackpot, I'm a millionaire and I don't gotta work, I want to be there for my kids every single, everything. And I think that would change how they are because they wouldn't have to experience shit on their own. They could experience shit and learn kind of through me and with me. I mean, I think that's how the shit's supposed to go.
That's valid. That's valid. Diabolical, what you think about that? If you're there. All right, what about you, Sister Kelly?
I think he's busy multi-streaming, and I missed it.
What about you, Sister Connie?
Help me, brother T.
Basically, how do you feel about, do you feel like it's more beneficial to have, do you feel like it's more beneficial to have a stay-at-home dad or a dad that go to work and, you know what I'm saying, provide for the family?
Oh, a stay-at-home dad, 100%, or a stay-at-home husband. Either way, 100%, right? Because if this is the strongest one, if this is supposedly the most logical one, his talents are best used in the home. No, right?
I agree.
That whole going out and working for somebody else, why? When your legacy is in the house, everything's in the house. Now, if you both could work from home, wow, that's amazing. That's awesome. That's how it should be. But if one has to go out, it should be the woman. It's the most logical thing.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I'm gonna keep it 1,000, and maybe this is only specific to me, but I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. When my dad used to travel for work and shit, nigga, we was some TV dinner eating motherfuckers,
Pierre, give me
nigga.
one second. Give me
So,
one second. Sister
okay.
Kelly, I'm gonna be MIA for like 10 minutes. Just hold on. But
Okay,
go
I
ahead,
got you.
Pierre.
Yeah, we was some TV dinner eating motherfuckers when my dad wasn't around, but when that nigga came around, that nigga was cooking his ass off.
No, facts. That's another thing that people don't talk about is men are supposedly the best cooks. Like if we really think about it, the chefs with the most, Michelin stars is typically the gender is usually male, right? Yeah, the top chefs in the world, men. Men are typically better cook. I mean, how many women would you like if you knew that they were barbecuing? You would go to their barbecue event. Like not
Bro,
many, right?
I've
It's
never
the
been to a
men.
female barbecue. I've
There
never
we
been to a
go.
female barbecue. But I think it's different though because like, okay, I feel like women, right? Y'all more so just kind of cook what was like taught to y'all, whatever. Whereas a nigga, like a man is more likely to go out and like get a cookbook or some shit and try to cook shit that nigga that didn't grow up eating and trying new shit and learning new shit. Cause men want to always learn something fucking new all the time. Even if it's something small like fucking cooking. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, like again, my mother's cooking versus my dad's cooking. My mother still cooks her ass off, but it's still the traditional, regular soul food type of shit. Whereas my dad, he actually like taught himself how to cook certain fucking dishes and shit, which is different because he likes to learn. My mother is only cooking same old shit that her mom cooked, and then my grandmother's grandmother fucking cooked.
No, I respect it. Papa Don, what about you? What do you think? Do you think men should be at home or out working?
Man can do both. Yeah, yeah, he can do both.
Why do you say that?
Cause I've done it. Yep, I've done it in the past. Yep.
I respect it, but I try to tell women all the time, like, you've seen your man in many states, and you know what I mean? Like, you could live or be with him for 30 years, 50 years. You'll most likely never see him in this state, and that's relaxed with no pressure, no stress, and no worries. That version of your man is the best fucking version that could ever exist. So why not put him in that predicament so you could experience that?
Wow.
Is that a fair statement?
Yes.
Would you say that you're at your best when you could just think, no worries, no pressure, no stress, and you can just fucking relax. And then you could just think and you could just chill. Like, if you love somebody, wouldn't you afford them that luxury? I'm so confused.
I would. I would love that. Yeah.
See?
Hmm.
Got it. I'm trying to teach ladies, I'm trying to tell ladies, it's the way to go. I'm sorry, it just is, especially for the black community. I think it's the way to go.
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah.
Are you married, Papa Don?
No, I was. I'm single now.
Okay, see, you gotta get you a woman who's going to go out in the field and make it happen while you be the house husband. And you tell me how that works out for you. Because I'm telling you, it's gonna be amazing.
I bet.
Amazing. Connie, would you do that? I think Connie said fuck my idea a long time ago. But it's awesome. I don't know. I gotta get the
You
word
trying
out.
to form a hostile takeover is what you
No,
trying to
I think it's the best. Think about it. How fast would we progress as a black community, as a black people, if we did it like that? Black men would have more time for the community, right? Be more involved in their community, right? Be teaching their kids shit that actually matters and not the shit that the school system teach, right? Like it would be perfect.
I will admit,
It would be nice. It wouldn't be perfect, but it'd be nice.
You don't think it would be perfect?
No, it can never be perfect, but it will be. It will be. It'll be very nice. Yeah.
I think it would be perfect. Just think about all the things that could get done and all of the amazingness. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Smelly, don't deny what I'm saying. Oh, look who's here. Seven. Seven, back me up on this.
Hello.
Men should be house husbands, right?
Yes,
There we go.
absolutely.
Why? Break it down.
Men should be house husbands mainly because um, we talk about how women, number one, cost money, right? We use that all the time. How much money women cost, how it costs so much to take care of a woman, and all these things, right? Which can be true or not true, right? And how men are more simple, right? Right? Is you have to do less to please a man than a woman. So logically speaking, right, it would be easier if the woman was the breadwinner in the household because she wouldn't have to spend as much money on the man so she could focus more of the money on the household and stuff like that, right? And the man, since he's so simple, he would easily be happy just being at home because we talk about how women find it hard to be happy at home and how they go through stuff and all that and they complicate it in their head, right? So occupy their mind with working. We're the simple ones. We the level headed ones. We the ones that can, stay level headed and stay grounded. So it makes sense for us to be the ones that's with the children most of the time, in my opinion, if that's our logic. So that's why men should be house husbands, because I think men make better, by logic, men would make better house parents than women by our own logic. Because when women do it, we say, well, it's expensive or it's not as hard as they make it sound and stuff like that. So if it's not, I think the women should go work, man. We should go. Like, why we can't be home, man?
Well, first of all, if you're a woman of the promise, you have to look at how the Garden of Eden was set up.
Oh my.
So you're in female space, and as long as you're in female space, there's chaos. And so I don't want to look
What?
at you as a homosexual. So I'm just saying that this is how it was set up. Now, if you don't want a woman to promise, that's fine. That's fine. But you have to look, if you want to get the revelational knowledge and instruction of the Bible, pay attention to what they did. So when you get in hard situations, you'll know what you need to do. So it
I
is
know the
not
Bible
what.
doesn't
It's
tell
not
us
what
that we have to
because
go to work.
I'm already taken. I'm not gonna be with you. I'm just saying that this is
I'm
how
taking
I
too.
roll. I have always, since a little girl, felt my place was a white picket fence, 5 kids in a station wagon. So now I guess it's a SUV. But that did not work out because I picked the wrong guy.
No, I understand. I'm talking about. I'm saying because we don't do everything logically. I'm saying about a logic that
Well,
men
you can't
use when
do
we speak
that
about
for
women.
one because the
No, no,
child
no.
needs the breast milk. They need the breast milk. The child needs the nurturing from both
Breast pump.
parents, and both parents bring different persons to the child. A
I,
child can take a village, but the thing is that in the beginning of the child's early stage of life, I know no parent that doesn't stay home with the child when they're first born. My job was to feed the child and then to wean the child so that I could work.
Can I speak on that?
of course.
I just feel like, truthfully, the the dynamic of anybody just sitting at home, once a child is brought into the world, that becomes your main priority. Now, when you first start dating somebody, if you at a point where you really value this woman and you see her on another level, not just anybody just dating around, but like the woman you can see yourself spending the rest of your life with, that woman is to be cherished and show what real care and nurture looks like, so that way she could present it to the child. So once y'all do get to a point where y'all perceive life, I personally feel like it's both of y'all go to work. Now, I wouldn't say that the woman needs to go into hard labor. She needs to go into something that could be at a point where it's more logical because she's smarter. She's more emotionally connected and in tune and intelligent because she sits back and think about a lot more stuff than a man does. Opposed to the man, he needs to be in an industrial type of job where he's working, putting his hands on things. I wouldn't allow my woman to work in that type of field, but it's bigger than both of us. I would say it's for the kid. But prior to a kid being brought into the world, yes, I'm taking care of my woman. I'm gonna speak for me. I can't speak for all men, but I'm gonna take care of my woman. Roof over
Okay,
the
Nate, I
head,
got some
all that.
questions for you, brother. I'm
What's
sorry, I
going
got some
on?
questions. Okay, first question. Is a child safer with the father or the mother as far as physical protection?
It depends which one you're talking about, for later on in life or currently in the moment. Because I feel like if I have a son, I don't want him too sheltered to the world, because the more that a mother, she nurtures and she shelters, perfect. But at the same time, some things he has to go through to understand the world on the outside.
Okay, no, let me give you an example. So somebody breaks in the house. Is your child from
Oh, my child
infant
is with
to
his
18
mother.
safer with the mother or the father?
If somebody breaks into the house, my job is to protect the
So who is
house.
the child
My child
safer
is with the
with?
mother.
The mother?
The mother. That's guaranteed, because I'm protecting the both of them.
No, what she's asking is in the absence of the other
Yeah.
parent. So it's just you and the kids in the
Mm.
house, or it's just the mother and the kids in the house, and somebody breaks in the house. Who are they safer with? Because let's say your gun don't work, none of that work. You got to use your bare hands to fight this man off. Who are the kids safer with? The mother or the father?
Well, I will let y'all know, like, I came from a different type of dynamic.
Uh,
So I've seen women that get active, like real active
answer
with
the.
the hands. So I would say, truthfully, she's the child could
You
be
know
safe
what
with
you
either
saying is.
or.
You know what you
But
saying is not right, because that's why you stuttering,
hold
bro.
on,
That's
off
why
the
you stuttering,
hands,
man.
listen, hear me out. Off the hands, because I don't want to be biased. On the bias side,
You
of
are
course,
being
I'm gonna
biased.
say a man. I'm gonna say a man all day, but at the same
No, that's
time,
being logical.
there's yeah. But when it come down to on the strength of, nigga, we got objects, nigga. We got knives in the kitchen.
And even
Stab his ass,
a man is more, most
man.
likely a man is more capable of
Yeah,
defending
nigga. You ever
himself
seen
with
a
an
bear?
object than a woman.
So,
You ever seen a bear?
so, so,
You ever seen a female bear?
so hold on.
What
She
does
gonna
that have to do
protect
with
her.
a woman?
A woman, they have the
Logically,
same.
What
I'm
that got to do
sorry.
with a woman?
no, you're
Hold
fine.
on.
Logically, yes, the child is more safer with the man, but I get where Nate is coming from because a mama bear or a mama,
Cause
when
mama
it
gonna.
comes down
Uh,
to her or her kids or whatever, she gonna do whatever it takes. So I understand the angle that he's going at, but yes,
Father
logically,
not gonna do whatever it
the
takes.
no,
What?
I'm not, I didn't say that. I said logically the kids would be safer with the man, with the father. But I understand the angle that he's going at with saying that when it comes down to it, if a mama got to do what she got to do to protect her baby, she going to do that.
literally.
I
And a
respect that.
father
Okay,
will too.
so here's my
Nah, but
second
Yeah,
see, you hold
question.
on, hold on. But you got to
nobody's
keep in
saying that
mind.
that's not.
You got to keep in mind. A lot of these fathers out here are really cowards,
Okay, wait, we're
truthfully.
not going down
So
that
you
road.
can't.
I got
Wait,
more
wait. I
questions.
was just
No, no,
about to
no.
say we not going.
I got more
Go ahead.
questions. Okay, so my next question is, have you ever been placed in a position since you've been an adult to not worry about bills, not have any stress, and be able to relax and think?
Yeah, currently, I live on my own, and then on top of that, I'm retired. So yeah,
Okay, beautiful. So would you say that this is the best version of yourself?
honestly, it's the best, but the loneliest. I will say that.
Okay, would you say that most men get to experience what you're experiencing?
Hell
Of
no.
course.
Excuse my language.
Great
I don't
answer.
mean.
So, do you think that most men and the black community would benefit from men who get to experience that? Yes. Okay, I rest my case. Thank you so much.
Hold on. Wait, elaborate that. Wait, hold on. She said rest in peace. What do you mean by that? Explain.
So, if
Because that question could go
no,
a
I get you.
multitude of different
So if
directions.
you remember where you were at when you were stressed, worried about bills, worried about this, worried about that, all of this pressure on you, right? In comparison to
Hmm.
where you are now, and you know most men don't get to experience what you're experiencing now, right? Do you
Right.
think they would be better men and better to the community being in the state that you are now or in the state that you were previously?
Nah, state I was in previously, I was more hungry, and honestly, keep it a stack with you. This kind of softened me up a lot more compared to the dynamic of where I was when I was hungry, because I'm not as hungry right now. So me, I'm just bringing on extra incomes. But prior to, when I had to figure out where it was coming from and still be at a point where I had to put food on the table and everything like that, and look at those nature of things, my drive and my hustle was there on a whole nother level. Versus now where I'm more so on the relaxed side, I'm lackadaisical. Lax, am I saying that right? Lackadaisical.
No, you are. You're saying
You
it right.
said
Yeah,
it right.
I'm more lackadaisical than I was when I was actually hungry. I do say that, like, that's the side of me that I am at a point where I'm tapping back into within the last 2.5 weeks. And I haven't lost myself physically, mentally, or spiritually. I mean, emotionally and stuff like that. But like on the financial side, is like I got a little careless. And if I had everything that I just threw away now, with what I know now versus like young, arrogant me that can't ain't trying to hear shit nobody talking about, I'd be a total different person right now. But
Okay,
anybody can
final
say that.
question. Final question. So during this relaxed, retired, lackadaisical space that you're currently in right now, if you had a partner that was super ambitious, that was grinding, that was getting it, what would change?
Honestly, that would be the thing that actually drives me. So, cause I mean, I'm not about to be at no point where I just get up in the morning and I watch my wife go off and do the different elements to bring in some type of income. Because I mean, you can't like what's that show called? Remember Everybody Hates Chris? How they had the mom? She's like, man, I don't need this job. My man got two jobs. You know, same concept. It's like you grinding, we grinding together. You feel what I'm saying? Because primarily, at the end of the day, I get it that a woman's still gonna want to have to attach herself to the world in some way or fashion. I get that. But when she's ready to sit down, somebody got to pick up what she's used to because that income is still that income. So once she gets used to having that certain set income, I have to be willing to take on that role and responsibility. That's why I can't just sit down with any woman and be like, "Oh yeah, you my woman." No, no, no. I got to make sure that we align because I got to be willing to go those routes for you and go that extra mile for you. What about when you're ready to sit down? As in, elaborate for me.
Last question. I know I said the previous one was, but what about when you're ready to sit down, right? Because I'm sure many men are ready to sit down. Well, why isn't the opposite happening in that role? Do the men
Truthfully,
not deserve it?
truthfully, it's not that, and I can't, and like I said, I can't speak for all men. I can speak for myself. I can't say that I'm comfortable sitting down. I'm retired, like, and I still am finding ways to make additional income. I'm not at a point where I need additional income, but I want it for generational wealth to take care of what's to come next. Or what's to come after me. You see what I'm saying? And hoping that the people that come from my lineage do the right things with it. Now, that's not to say that they won't sell the properties or anything like that. I can't say that. But I will hope that if they do sell it, that they gain even more generational income for the next to come. Like the Rockefeller. Are you familiar with the Rockefeller or no?
Yes, very.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, well, who's to say we can't do that? And I want that for my lineage. That's just me personally. I'm 25, so I know by the time I'm about, I would say 30, but we just gonna be logical with it and realistic with it. 35, it's a whole nother ball game because I'm already locked in right now. See what I'm saying? What about when you're ready? Oh, I read that already. Does that answer all the questions?
Yes, you did. Thank you so much.
Of course, my pleasure.
BJ, what do you think about the conversation or the title?
Uh, you talking about to the topic?
Either or, you could respond to the conversation or the title. Up to you.
Uh, to Nate, he said if he had a female, it'll drive him. He will have to get off his ass and grind hard because he has to. How did you word that? The way you worded it was like it was one of those things where hold on one second, I'm not the damn ATM my damn self.
Nah, I got you.
You basically just said that you would match your girl's energy when it came to grinding, but it will only be so when she takes off, you will have to take care of the responsibility.
Yeah, so like what I mean by that, so there's different levels of grind, bro. And I'm gonna touch base on it quick because I don't want to take up too much of your time. So you got actually going into work the 9 to 5, and then you got people who make 9 to 5 salary within 2 hours. It's called middleman and things, and that's more so what I would find another niche where here it is. Okay, baby, you want to sit down, you don't want to do as much. Huh, this is your business. Take over this. I have a mentor right now. He's a billionaire. You can look him up. His name Hakeem. He owns have a lot of restaurants here in Cleveland, Ohio. But I've watched how him and his wife maneuver, and I've watched how my mom and my stepfather maneuver. And another thing about relationships, and I know this might go off topic a little bit, but when it probably wasn't meant to be said because I just forgot that fast. But fact of the matter is, the way that they maneuver within a relationship, they both are never sitting down. They are never sitting down. In the logical, in the American dream, granted, yes, you do have the, not trying to be funny, but the nice home, the picket fence, the all the kids is taken care of, and you know husband come home, honey, I'm home, and this, that, and the third. But truthfully, if we really being logical about it, both parents are working, and the goal becomes bigger than mommy and daddy at that point. It becomes the child or the five children. And the reason why I say that is because we the system that, how could I say this? Are you familiar with the rat race, BJ?
Yeah, for the most part.
Right. So it's a continuous cycle. They show you the jury and all of that stuff, and you chasing it. You're chasing it. But they show you what they are showing you is liabilities. They're not showing you the assets and liquid and CDs and stocks and bonds and like certificates. For instance, right now I got let's say a nice number of certificates where I have 1,000 invested into each of them. Mind you, I'm 25, bro. Somebody else could look at it like, oh man, it's crazy. It's not crazy. If you set 250 aside to each one, I mean each month, in 4 months you got 1,000 set to the side with an APR that's whatever your bank may choose for it to be. Mine
Oh,
just so
so
happened to be four
not,
percent.
I get finances, but what I was trying to get you to understand,
So
what I
I
was
ain't gotta
trying,
touch it.
not to cut you off or anything, but what I was trying to get you to understand was what I mean by basically you said, why would a woman's grind matter to you if you're already prepared to pay all the bills in the first place?
How old are you right now?
33.
33. So catch my drift. Are you dating right now?
I have a girlfriend.
Okay, so with you having a girlfriend, right? I want you to look at something. When you look at her and when you first met her, whether you molded her or she's grown on her own, regardless, she's reached a certain plateau, whether that was involving you or not. But the relaxation portion of retirement will teach you that you're never truly relaxed until you know where your next meal is coming from. So, in other words, although she has a meal already on the table, she's used to having an extra meal. So, if her extra meal is having her hair done, lashes done, nails done, that make her feel good about herself. Guess what? That financial portion that she had extra that was paying for that, once she goes to sit down, she cannot afford that unless the income is still at that base number. It cuts into what's for the kids. It's no longer there for her. So that's why I said that extra financial hardship, however hard she got to work to make a certain amount. My goal is the amount that she makes, but with way less work and have her take over that business. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
No.
How could I elaborate
I
this?
asked you, what does a woman's grind have to do with anything if your money's gonna matter all the time and her money doesn't matter all the time? So you're saying her
Because she's
grind, you
my
have to.
piece.
I'm
So if
asking you what.
I'm listening to you.
No, I'm just asking you because you're jumping around the questions. What I'm asking you, I said you said you have to find a woman who got a grind to put you in a grind, but it's like, what does her grind have to do anything if your money's gonna matter all the time?
No, you heard that wrong. What I'm saying to you is, for starters, once I find a woman, that a man finds his woman, right? So with that being said, the one that I choose, that means that regardless to what goes on, she is my peace. So if she is my peace and whatever brings her peace already, for her to keep doing what she's doing and make me feel comfortable at home to a point that I could come home instead of go to somebody else's house and sleep around, guess what? I'm gonna make sure that that's straight.
So why you bring up her finances?
Because at the end of the day, I have to make sure that the finance is still there because she has a custom lifestyle that she is used to. So
Yeah,
I
but
have to make that happen for her. That's
you
my job. That's my responsibility that I choose to take on as the man that's practicing monogamy, hopefully with the woman that's practicing monogamy with me as well. She shouldn't have to seek that in another man.
yeah, no.
But I mean, you might disagree, but that's what makes us different, bro. You feel me? Everybody is their own person, and that's what creates different categories of what men attract and what women attract. That's all. But what I attract, I'm comfortable with, and they make sure that I'm comfortable because I'm willing to go that extra mile for them, and they willing to go that extra mile for me as well. That's all.
Sister Kelly, you there? Brother
Sister Kelly
Diabolical,
is
Brother
here.
Seven, Sister Sweet.
Sister Kelly is here, but my shit is glitching. Let me leave and
I
come
hear
right
you.
back.
I hear you.
Yeah, hold up.
Just, just letting y'all know I'm back. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's a great conversation. I like the flow of this conversation.
Oh,
And
there go Kelly. She bet.
Kelly's back. Okay, yeah. It's a great conversation. I like the flow of this conversation, and yeah, that's what's going on.
But can I speak to the title?
Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah.
The world will absolutely end if men went on strike. Men control, I think it's like 90 plus percent of the infrastructure jobs, STEM, science tech, and all that stuff. So if men went on strike, the world would absolutely end.
That's what I
Based
agree with.
on based on what theory?
Based on all the jobs to make the world run are held by men. Sewage, electrical, every important job there is to have is held by men. There's a minority of women, and I think they said if it was the world was to end and men was to stop doing stuff, it would take women so long to be caught up to date to do the job that men do.
But it doesn't say that they can't do. I don't mean to be biased, but once again, I grew up with my mother was single for primary primarily about 3/4 of my age. So with that being said, when it come down to it, by the time he stepped in, I watched that woman build a man. So understand that this is a woman that didn't watch a household of marriage. She identified what marriage would look like within her household and she made that happen. So if a woman can do that for marriage, just imagine what they could do with knowledge, with growth. Just because our bone structures are built the same, bro.
We're
Muscle
not.
is built the same. I know a woman that's more than likely at a point where she lift more weight than you would ever imagine compared to you. Not trying to be funny
So
or belittle you or anything like that. I'm
So
just
no,
saying
women.
let's
like
Hold on,
there's
time
women
out.
out here
hypothetical.
that
But
Hold
build
on.
let me
themselves to
1 second,
be
Nate.
at certain. What's
One
up, bro?
second,
let,
Talk
Nate.
to me.
So
let
the
me ask a
biggest.
question. Um, are you saying, BJ? Are you saying with your logic? Are you saying that if men went on strike, that women wouldn't be able to step up to the plate?
Absolutely. It's
That
been there's
makes
a
no
study.
sense.
There's
That
a
makes
study
no
done.
sense.
Okay, so there's a study done where it comes to what men we go off a hierarchy basically. Whoever is fit to do the job will be in position. So there's like a leadership. So it'll be like a triangle. So when it's men, it's like, hey, he's good at this. So whoever falls under him. So it becomes like a triangle. Triangle is like one of the strongest shapes ever. But with women don't have that in them to be like, hey, you're good at this, so you stay at the top. More than likely, women are egalitarian, meaning they like to see equal in a lot of things. So when it comes to um who's gonna what is the word I want to say shit they did basically it was a study done, and when it comes to women, when it comes to what the fuck is the word I'm trying to say, uh I can't think of the damn word. It has something to do with water. When it comes to purifying water, it's like they put women on the island, they put men on the island. And when it comes to doing duties as far as making a civilization run, women don't really do well when it comes to hunting, uh, carrying on society, and no
So
major
so
and no. Go ahead.
No, it adapt. Sorry.
let me dissect that. So with whatever study that you're talking about with them putting men and women on an island, 9 times out of 10, they chose women that they knew weren't capable of stepping up to that plate. But it's women every day that step up in a plate in the shoes of a man when she doesn't even have to. She shouldn't have to, but they do it because you got men out here that chooses to, oh, I'm worried about self, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about that, or whatever. Fuck that bitch and her kids. So women do it every day. So you sitting here saying that if all men across the world was to go on strike, that there's not women that will step up to the plate. It's women that knows how to weld, it's women that knows how to fix cars, it's women that knows how to hunt, it's women that builds a home, it's women that knows how to teach her kids, it's women that knows about guns, it's women that knows about every fucking thing, that's willing to teach other women as well.
So, like I said, yeah, there are women who are capable of doing those things, but in order to get them up to speed, the other women up to speed on learning what they need to do, the world would be already be at an end. Uh, and you're thinking about how women could do things. You're thinking about how women could do things in a civilization right now. If we had to say, power went out, animals was running wild. Most women are scared of the dark, scared of bugs, scared of animals. So you have to factor into the things that women aren't even willing to do in a world where they can do it right now and are still not willing to do it. In a
Hey,
So
free
mom,
world,
can I speak on that real quick?
sure.
go ahead, go ahead.
I'm gonna say one thing that I want you to look up in history while you speaking about bugs and all of that stuff. World War II. Who served within it? So that's why I say you can't discredit women for what they capable of and what they can adapt to. Pay attention, bro. This is
There were
stuff
still
that
men-
And
th-
and don't and,
there were
and don't
still
get
men here, so you can't use that argument when the world was still
listen,
being ran
but
by
and
men.
listen, you
but
you not
listen,
you
don't
missing the
don't
main
get me
point.
wrong. I'm a woman.
It's,
I am terrified of fucking snakes. I'm terrified of most animals. I am. But if I was placed in a position, I have 3 children. If I was placed in a position where my man was no longer able to be around or present or whatever, I would have to do what it has. I would have to make it do. Whether I have to go out in the wilderness and fight this and that or whatever just to make sure my kids eat, I would have to do that. And I'm pretty sure there are plenty of women that are willing to make those sacrifices. Do you not realize that, for one, most of the world, or the world itself, was birthed off of women? You wouldn't be able to do what you're doing if it wasn't for a woman. So
What did that
to
mean?
sit here and say that if men chose to just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm not doing it no more, that women wouldn't say it's okay, I got it, I got you, I got us, whatever, is kind of crazy.
one of the deepest things that I ever seen a woman do, and I don't know if this gonna really touch the subject at hand directly to answer your question, but I want you to try to think about this in long term. When it comes to a woman emotionally, right? They may be at a point where they become defeated and they cry about it. And one of the deepest things that I've ever heard, I heard it from my auntie. She told my cousin, she got her little heart broke or whatever. But the situation, it took her and molded her into the stronger woman that she is today. So anything that she faces, she cries about it. She don't have no problem allowing her emotions to be on the table, all because what my auntie told her. She said, listen, she said, go ahead, cry about it, get it all out. And I was sitting in the room trying to mediate my cousin, trying to make her feel better because I wasn't used to seeing her in that light, and I was pampering her. Monty told her to cry about it, get all those emotions out. Because once you stop crying, from there, what you do from there will dictate the rest of your life. If you choose to sit up and try to cry again, it'll become a repeated cycle. But what you do from there gonna determine, and I promise you, bro, listen, women are a different breed. Just because they don't know something, don't mean that they won't make themselves strong in a certain area. It like they adapt and overcome, bro. And once that emotion is gone out of the picture, it's over with. And they play to a different caliber than us men. Like we simple, bro. As much as you may want to deny it, we are very, very simple. And a woman is simple as well, but her mind is complex. And if she could place her in games mentally, just imagine what she could do physically if she tap into her body, bruh. She knows more. She thinks more. Trust and
So
believe it.
let me ask you a question, BJ. You said that you're in a relationship, right? Oh, he's on the phone now.
Yeah, you can find on the
Oh,
telegram side.
okay. You said you're in a relationship, right?
Yeah,
So, is there not one thing that your woman does that betters you as a man?
organization.
Okay. With that being said, do you not feel like if you was to fall on your dick right now and lose everything that you have, do you not feel like your woman would be able to step up to the plate and say, "Don't worry about it, baby, I got us"?
I talked to her before about this. I told her she got a. Could you call her and tell her? Cause she calling me. I told her she. I got a year. If I ever fell off, I got a year.
Okay, that's the stipulation that you put on yourself, but I'm asking a specific question. Do you feel like even if we put it up to a year, like you said, do you feel like your woman would not be able to step up to the plate for that year and let you build yourself back up and hold everything down?
Yeah,
You feel like she could?
yeah. But yeah,
Okay,
sure.
then then what you're saying is illogical and it doesn't make sense.
No, it does make sense because I put a time limit on it. I never said the world would just end the moment it happened, but I also said if it was up to a woman, it would be a certain. So what we're talking about. What you're trying to do is you're trying to talk about the idea of the word her living in a civilized. Why can't I say that word? Civilized.
Civilization.
This we're talking about a modern day world where if the lights went out, the power went out, and there was nobody working the grid and nobody. No, she wouldn't. If it was like, hey, babe, go out to the food market and scrunch and scrabble for some food and have to fight for the. No, I don't see her doing that. No, I don't see that. We're
Hey,
talking about in a
BJ,
world that we live in now where it's safe
Can I
based off
can
how
I
men have made the
explain?
world safe.
Let me
let me
explain
ask
what the
you.
title mean before y'all go further. Cause
Mhm.
I don't like what y'all doing to BJ, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The title of the room is "Would the world end if men went on strike or if women went on strike?" And this is what I'm thinking about. It's not an attack on anybody. This is about critical thinking and being honest. And it's somewhat I was looking to see if men would get a little bit of appreciation because BJ said what he said, and then Nate, you talked about what your mom did. And I was in a room, and the title was "Men Are Useless." I said that can't be true because if every man walked off his job, it ain't about, well, let me replace some people. That ain't what would happen. The world would go in chaos. There's crazy men out. You talking about your police officers? You talking about your firefighters? You talking about the people that fix your car? You talking about the people that bring you your gas, your oil, the
It was
people that
good.
keep the lights on in your house, the people that filter your water? You don't got no grocery stores on the shelf if men walk off their jobs. One woman said, well, hey, but women are nurses. I said, you right, we'll take a big hit. But guess what? If every man walk off his job, ain't nothing in that hospital for them nurses to use. They would eventually run out of supplies. And so a lot of the things that keep this world spinning that people take for granted, and we saw it when it happened during COVID, and we see it now when people waiting for parts for their cars in these male dominated industries or waiting for things to come to them. I think it's easy to talk about, well, the women do this and that, but I don't think we're really seeing the appreciation here to say, well, we'll just replace men. It would not happen that way. And
And
y'all kind of acting like he said something crazy and he didn't. It's just the
No,
honest truth.
Well, no.
let get
I'm sorry.
diabolical. Let
Hold on, Nate. Hold on, Nate. Let me clarify something. Diabolical. Not to
not
cut you off. I apologize. But like I wrote in the chat, what I'm saying is not to say that we don't need men, because we absolutely do. Um, the shit that men do on a day-to-day basis is very much appreciated, at least by me. But I was more so speaking on the differentiation that he made, saying that women would be incapable. um that was more so what I was talking about, because um I wouldn't, although yes, we do need men, and yes, shit would be in an uproar if all men was to decide to just stop doing whatever the fuck they do. um I don't think that that deems women incapable of being able to step up to that plate. That's the only thing that I was speaking on. But yes, to me, we absolutely do need men.
but I never.
and
They would be incapable though, because in general they don't have that skill set. Just in general, they don't.
uh,
You have women that have some of the skill set, but it's not even enough of them to educate and even push the women in that direction.
That's what I was saying too. I never said
And
women weren't capable.
and
I
in the
said
and in the hold on, BJ, and you go right after this. And in that island experiment, they took people that signed up for it, meaning they were prepared and knew what was coming, and they still couldn't do it. They ran out of resources, and the men had to come and help them. So in general, not your mom. Don't personalize it. Not you, not your mom, not anybody you know. In general, worldwide, no, they would not have that capability. They just wouldn't.
so and here's the thing. I was never saying in a sense of fashion that they um couldn't utilize us. What I'm saying is at the end of the day, they can still adapt. I'm not saying that oh men are useless in the world. And the way the title was put in, it's like, and don't take this the wrong way, but it will create a conversation amongst biased people where it will become feud opposed to more of food for the nourishing of the mind, because it's abroad. It didn't speak to. I get what you was getting at, especially after you told me what happened in the other room. I agree with that. Now I don't like when people do that, but I don't like when people leave anybody out. A male is needed just as much as the woman is needed. That's why I said when it come down to it's bigger than both of us. Like I was saying in the beginning, it's bigger than the both of us. Once we bring a kid into this world, we both play a role to make sure that this kid has a better life than we did. So, in order to do that, or put those things into perspective, he brought the idea of, well, what about when you want to sit down? No, he didn't. Kels did. But then from there, he said that my situation didn't make sense. And I told him that our situations differentiate. That's how I love. That's why I attract what I attract, and you attract what you attract. What she attracts what she attract. What he attracts what he attracts. But it turned into a conversation saying that that wasn't a thing. And what we was pretty much trying to do is get him to see the broader side of it. And I know because I had a question that I had typed off to the side where I wanted to ask you, give me one second, BJ. I have a one question for you. What do you look like without organization? You said that that woman brings you organization. What do you look like without that? Does that make sense?
I mean, it's just more composed. I'm not saying
And don't take this personal. Like
I'm
this,
not.
I promise you,
I'm
I'm
saying
not.
it's just a little bit more composed. It's just a little bit more composed, and it takes away from the little thing that I don't have to worry about. But overall, I would still be a fully capable adult. And the thing that I want to say to Sweet, who was on her, I never said women weren't capable. So that wasn't what I said at all. I said there's just not enough women to do those things. I think in most of those fields, STEM, only it's like less than 5% are women. So that means they're scattered all over the USA or the world at that point, where it's not enough knowledge and physicality to teach every woman to keep it up to keep it up to standards. That's what I meant by that. But when to you, Nate, you had said something that was completely wrong when you had said that women and men have the same muscle and bone structure, and that's literally the problem with the whole transgender movement. That's literally what they're arguing and fighting against is the fact that men and women don't have the same bone density. If you dug up a femur or someone's bone and you only got one bone, that will instantly be able to tell us a
Real,
man's bone versus a woman's bone just off of the
real,
density
real
alone.
quick. Let me elaborate that because I get where you was going with that, but it wasn't the bone. I meant the muscle. The way the muscle grows, it grows the same.
No, even in
Different bone, but same
It does
muscle.
not
it
grow the
saying
same.
thank you.
You're in a
Okay.
female space again. Get the biggest difference, and I learned that the hard way, not through childbirth, but at the fire department. The man and the woman are anatomically different in the abdomen. The man cannot push out or provide nourishment for a embryo. When the child gets ready to come out, it's 155 miles per hour, and your blood pressure will go up. Even if it's just if you're usually at 120 or below, it'll go up to 130, but it'll go up.
I
That
got
is
you,
the
but
anatomical difference. Our power, women's power is in the womb, the waist. Men's power is in the chest. Let me tell you, all those guys got to do is have a free moment and they can go through the fire department. They can easily do the Stairmaster with a 75-pound vest. Their men's power is in the chest, the shoulders. Our power is in the womb. The muscles are not the same.
I mean, as in the aspect of lifting. I wasn't
But
speaking.
are you crazy? I just said the power is in the upper abdomen.
I got you.
Period.
Understood.
That y'all guys, I think Clubhouse is about entertainment because y'all don't get the truth. I'll be 60 in July. I don't freaking have time to tell lies. I'm either here to learn or give you all some wisdom. Your power is anatomically different, and you're gonna need muscles to lift. You're going to need muscles to do those 75-pound weights on the Stairmaster for 3 minutes. And that's how you can tell the difference because all they got to do is put in their mind they ready to do it and they can get through it. Women, they got to practice a little bit and they better not have nothing on their schedule.
Thank you.
So our legs aren't naturally stronger than men's?
It's because they were born anatomically different. It's two different species.
Can you send me the evidence of that? That men's legs are stronger than ours? Because I never seen that. And I've
I
always seen
said you're
women
not
leg
listening.
press
I
more
said
than.
anatomically, the strength lies in the woman's womb and the man's upper torso, the chest.
Okay, so then the woman's, besides the torso, is also in the legs, correct? The lower body?
Torso means chest. Anything from the hip to the shoulder, upper abdomen.
Okay, and the woman's, you said.
When women, have you ever had a
Well,
child
I
before?
looked it up and it says it's a common misconception. Women on average do not have naturally stronger legs than men, although they do have a higher proportion of lean mass in their lower limbs. If you take the strongest man, if you take a man and a woman, they working out, the strongest woman is not going to be stronger than the strongest man. It may be some men that are weaker than her that maybe ain't been
Right.
working out and
But
stuff.
if he puts his mind to it,
And if
he
y'all
ain't
want to
weaker
put it
than
to the
her.
test,
All
we
he
can have
got to
a
do is sit
kick
down and
contest
practice
right
a little
now.
bit.
I'm
And he
ready.
can blow through it. He can blow through it.
So the
He
woman
can
is
do
the
whatever. Yeah.
abdomen and the man is
Yeah,
the
the
upper
woman is the
body and
womb,
neither is the
honey.
legs.
You got the
Okay.
abdomen. The woman is the womb. That's where the strength is. Because if you've ever birthed a child naturally, you will know it takes a lot of power to get it through the canal. It's gonna come out whether it's alive or not. It's gonna come out.
What
But
the
it
fuck?
goes at 155 miles per hour. A man cannot nourish an embryo, neither can he spit one out through the womb. Now,
I'm
when
so confused.
the difference between a man and a woman is the woman's womb. The difference between a man and a woman is a man's chest, upper torso, the lifting, the shoulders, the breasts. And if
Yeah,
you
y'all
don't
under.
know that, then you're going to be around a lot of transvestites and you're not going to be able to tell the difference.
This is
You
science.
must know the difference between your sexes.
But are y'all trying to
I
argue something that's literally like we know that? That's why men have always been built for war, built for hunting, built for
You didn't
everything.
know that you don't have any power in
I
the lower
I didn't
abdomen.
know these things.
No, no, I mean I'm not arguing that. I'm talking about the fact that men are
I'm
really
not
built for
arguing, I'm
everything physical.
teaching. I'm
I'm no,
teaching the
no.
difference between the two species.
No, we're in
well, that
He's
agreement,
was
not
Nate
ma'am.
meaning
Connie.
argument.
That
We're
was
in
Nate
agreement,
Connie,
ma'am.
not BJ just said that earlier. That
Yeah,
was Nate that was saying that.
Miss
We're
It's
not
it's
different
somebody
species
Connie
Connie.
with
talking.
different genders.
Yeah,
You
what I'm
said what?
saying is
I
the
found,
species difference.
but
Is we're a
it
little
says
off.
research.
We're not quite the
Okay, I
same.
got you.
Okay.
But it says
But see, y'all
research
like to
indicates
be in
that women
female
have
space.
relatively stronger lower limbs than males. So I'll wait.
Where did that? Hold
Again,
on.
I know I like the stronger
Hold
than
on.
y'all. I knew
Ho-
that since God knows when.
Hold on.
We
But
could
where did
all
that?
I don't
karate
know. I
fight.
looked it up and it
I
said
agree
that
with
that
Kick
it don't
Ghost
have
Man.
naturally stronger legs than males.
Let's
I
get
could
the
leg press
kicking
more
in.
than every dude in this room. Please stop playing.
Hold,
Anybody? Hey,
hold,
hey, real quick question. Anybody ever heard of a forklift, dump truck, I don't know, a cultivator, a tractor, any of these like mechanical instruments of the last century or so?
Yes, I build them.
Yeah.
Okay, so when question hypothetically, is it possible for women to learn to use these
Yes, I have taught. I have
mechanical
Yeah,
taught. I have
contraptions?
taught plenty of women
yeah.
to use them.
Utterly
Women,
There we go.
impossible.
You can use
Okay.
them, but you are not stronger. If you are stronger on a good day, it's because he didn't practice. But if he makes it a lifestyle
Yo.
to utilize it,
hold
just
on.
with calisthenics, there is not one that can beat him.
And
That's any man.
let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Even when you
Connie,
have
I don't know if he's
delivery,
being serious or facetious. Are you being
I'm
hold on,
telling
serious?
you the
She's
difference
teaching,
keep it
bro.
about
She's
real.
very
female
serious,
space.
bro.
That's what I'm
Hold on,
telling
let's be
you.
real. Let's be
Huh?
real.
I'm
Even
pushing
in
you all out
everyday,
of female
hold on,
space.
hold on,
Diabolical.
Connie.
We can't hear you. Your mic low.
I don't know if you're being facetious or not. I'm gonna go back on mute.
What do you mean female space though?
Connie, you was being serious, wasn't you? Okay, I was being facetious. So I don't.
I'm
It's
being
I was
serious.
telling
I
you the
was
truth because a
focusing
lot
to
of
the.
people don't know what is a man and what is a female. That's what makes them.
Well, I think
That's
it's.
What
what
the
makes the
fuck?
I
difference
think.
right there.
I think the
what
issue
the
here
I
is
fuck
feel
that
like y'all
is
collect these
happening?
kind of
men and
people.
women are not supposed to be competing against each other, and we've created a unhealthy competition. And what has happened is women have been disrespected and pushed down so long that it's created this unrealistic fantasy. Like it's like if you make just a honest comment like like this title that says, "Would the world end if men walked off their jobs or women?" Right? And instead of people being able to be honest, some people say, "Well, no, because women are stronger." And my mom and I was raised by a single parent, and it's like, come on, man, let's be honest here. It
They did
men
disagree.
work the
You know
jobs that
what?
keep this world turning.
I'm gonna give you a scenario. Like my son's father, he liked it. He no, seriously, he was half Filipino, so I think that side of him, just was more catered to foreigners because he was an anchor baby. His dad was in the military, and you know how they had the Vietnam conflict, so he stopped through the Philippines, and then he came back with a wife. He was honorable about it. So he chased down this Spanish girl that just wanted to be with Spanish people. She was just dealing with him because he could allow her to stay. But you can't really, with Trump in office right now, you can't. erase the de facto that you came over illegally. Hopefully she got her paperwork together by now. Nevertheless, in the case of my son, I am the stronger one because I did what I needed to do, and I treated all people fairly. I wasn't into self hate or anything like that. So I was the stronger one. I stayed grounded and I stayed focused for my child.
That's beautiful. And just so you stop spreading false information, Connie,
The hell is
men are
going
stronger
on?
in their upper bodies and women are stronger in their lower bodies. That's based
What?
on
Hold
scientific
on, time
research.
out. Hold
Already
on, one
said
second.
that.
What
Do
hell
No,
is
no,
the
no, no.
going
I
first
know
I,
y'all
I'm
alphabet.
balls is
specifically
bigger than
referring
yours.
in my
to
home?
from the abdomen down. So let's think about the body. From the abdomen down is like 75% of this motherfucker. From above the abdomen up is what? Hardly nothing. So women are actually stronger than men scientifically. I just want to make
All
sure we
right.
understand that.
Well,
That's
I
Hold
all.
on.
haven't met
Can we?
one yet.
That's
Hold
not
on.
I haven't
true.
met
Can
one
I go
yet.
in?
That's
Hold
all
on.
I
But
Can
can
hold
I?
on.
say.
Can I say this? Can I say this? Okay. Um, there's a lot of different definitions of strength. Um, and one strength to endure is one, and I think Black women have proven that time and time again that they have a strength to endure throughout generations, throughout slavery, throughout all of that. Like Black women have had to endure. Black men have also endured in different ways. However, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. You men can say what they want. James Brown is right. There's a man's world, but it would be nothing without a woman or a girl. Now, real talk, like there are women right now, and I know these women that work high five figure, six-figure jobs.
That hurt
And what are
my
they
stomach.
doing? Logistics. Most of the Black women that I know that are in these type of jobs, no matter what industry, are doing logistics. They are telling the people who are doing the work where to go, what's most effective, all of that kind of shit. If they stop, whole industries would grind to a halt.
So you
Whole
acknowledge that women
industries.
are the leaders, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you
Absolutely.
so much.
Yeah. Actually, I think life will be a utopia if we put Black women in all leadership positions.
Appreciate your honesty.
Hmm.
They do
Nigga,
not
they would bring
dominate
back
those damn
slavery
fields,
again. You
man. Come
bugging.
on, stop it.
Bro, what is you?
They don't.
Hey,
I'm in logistics. They don't dominate. So stop it.
hey, bro, you just
They
trolling
gonna
at this
let
point.
women
I
if
You
didn't
women
say
trolling,
I
run
am
the
bro.
dead ass
I
world,
didn't say
serious.
they
They don't.
dominate the industry.
I'm dead
if
ass
they
serious.
I
run the
All
say,
if all
world,
women could walk off their jobs, it would not end the world. It's just nobody's proving. You're using words like they're so strong and their endurance, and I know women that work in logistics. I've proven my points. I've said all the fields that men dominate, and you know damn well. First off, if all the policemen, military, all them left, women be afraid to come out their damn houses. They always bringing up what femicide. Come on now, would you think that number gonna go down or up?
Mm.
Well,
Most
like I
crime is
said,
So
committed
I
I'm
by
don't
asking
like
y'all to
men,
my.
though.
really think and consider what it would mean.
it's
Most
Picture
gonna go
violent
up.
crime
You
a
is
right.
committed by
I
men.
like
post-apocalyptic
my
type
male
But
world.
supervisors,
but
so I
let's
don't know what I would do if men disappeared.
let's
I'm not talking
let's
about
be
some
honest.
supervisor at the job and paperwork. I'm
Nah,
talking
Supervisor
about
at
Let's
the
be
Diabolical.
police
What you're
honest.
saying
department. How
Honey,
is
about
wait, wait,
that?
most
wait,
men
wait,
commit
wait.
violent crime. Like you're saying, women come
Let's
out their
be
house.
honest.
The reason why they don't come out their house is because they're scared. And a lot of when you talk about military police, men overwhelmingly commit violent crime, especially against women. And so, like, actually,
it'll be a
probably
bad day
having
for one.
a male eradicated world will probably make a lot of women feel a lot safer. And actually, they would technically be
Y'all
more
not
safe.
hearing me. I didn't say
So
they will
eradicate
fucking kill each
anybody.
other.
Nobody's going anywhere. They're just going to stop doing the jobs. But
but
the men and women
but
are
let's
still
be
here on Earth.
honest.
No,
Let's
he's
be
saying like so
honest.
like
Hold
you know
on,
how
wait,
you
wait,
going
wait,
back
wait,
to
wait.
caveman time? Oh my bad, sweet.
Oh, they
No,
still do
I
their
was just
job.
gonna
They
say,
just
let's be honest. The reason why most women or women in general or whatever are scared of such things or don't want to do such things or don't want to apply themselves is because y'all are here. If y'all were not here,
We would be forced to do that if we wanted to survive.
No,
We
sweet.
would have
So
no choice.
he's not saying that you're not. I get it now. What he's saying is, so back in caveman time, like how they used to club women and stuff like that. Like if they was to bring that time up to today, like so authority, like if we was what is it called, monarchy? No, it's not a monarchy. It's yeah, it is. No, no dictatorship. If we had a no dictatorship, I'm not gonna lie, he is right. Men would definitely dominate. And but it's the caliber of how the question was put into the atmosphere. I mean the conversation that we mistook it. So I get
Yeah,
where you
I
come from,
understand
sweet,
that
but
diabolical.
BJ, he makes a lot of sense now. Now that he put it, now that diabolical put it that way.
Yeah,
So yes, BJ is correct. It will be mad, but that's a guaranteed answer for that question.
yeah.
Like,
I want
I
to speak to something you said, Nate.
okay.
You said back in the day,
Talking about the
back in
darkness
cave,
part.
yeah, no, back in
Oh,
caveman
you ain't
times
talking about the
when men
chat.
used to, yeah, when men used to club women.
Yeah.
What's preventing that today?
Well, authority. Honestly, a
Other
lot of
men,
people,
other men.
other men. Yeah, authority.
Why is that?
Yeah, the
Why are
man.
you letting that stopping you? Because if I want
Shit.
to club my bitch, I'm a clubber.
Oh shit.
So no,
All
we're
right,
not
she
even
gonna
talking
kick
about.
your ass to the moon again. Keep playing with her.
So we're not.
Kick me
We're
to the
here's the
moon.
thing though. We're not talking about. They
She
didn't just
said it.
club. They didn't club the women that belonged to them. They clubbed women that didn't belong to them. So like, if we're out on the street and a woman's to be attacked, the first person who's going to step in would be another man. So
And
if you're
guess
talking
what's
about
gonna happen to him?
oh, he's going
Club.
to try to protect her. Men have the white knight syndrome. So most of the time when
Exactly.
women are
Try.
attacked in public, other men step up. So women think that they're safe because of themselves, or they think that men are the biggest proprietor of violence, but men are the ones who step in and protect most women. And women actually cause the most violence to each other. Women have the highest domestic violence rates when it comes to women on women relationships. And then every time you turn on TV, if you watch women put into a house together, the first three things they're going to do is fight each other.
I
I
think
say this.
I think too many
Now
men
that
feel
what
safe.
diabolical said, like now that you put what you're talking about, which is men would still be here, they just be on strike. I absolutely believe that the world will collapse if men went on strike because men define themselves by work often, like almost unanimously, men define themselves in some part by work, and so by not having work, um, we see what happens historically. Like it's what's happening with the far right now. It's what's happening. What happened with hooligans in Germany, which then Hitler was able to take over the Nazis because he galvanized those dudes that was out of work, those young white men that were out of work. So. I really do. Yeah, I definitely understand that.
It sounds like them niggas was just bums.
No, you have a depressed country just like we have now. You have millions of people who are out of work because they quote unquote didn't lose, but they actually lost World War I, and now they're being penalized by other countries,
I don't
right?
think
And
they trying
so,
hard enough.
yeah,
Well,
cool. All right.
Kelly, Kelly, real
Kelly, come
quick.
off mic.
You
Kelly, come off mic because you got third world
got
Yeah,
countries.
yeah, let's
You
play.
got
Let's
third world
play.
countries where they're poor, but it's
developing
still no
countries.
violence because the men are still keeping them in check.
and you also got to keep in mind, Kelly. You mentioning things. All these things, men is not thinking about. Retail, fashion, beauty industries. I know a lot of dudes that walk around here with this white tee and some jeans and
No, but
and
you're
some Air Force
missing
Ones.
it.
Ain't nobody trying to be all
You're
fancy.
missing the
We do
point.
that for y'all.
But you're
What you
missing the
mean?
I'll
point,
do it for me.
right?
You speaking on the
So
economy?
if men are in their jobs making things that are to be sold and women are the largest consumers, if they're not going to
Ah,
consume, all you motherfuckers go out of business. You see? You see? There we go.
I don't.
Consume in
I'm
what
not gonna
way?
lie. I'll do it for me. I don't get fly from bitches. I get fly from me. I like impressing myself.
Kelly, what's hilarious? Kelly said, "Ah."
Kelly, the
It's like an
economy
old
and
Jewish
what
man.
we sell would change, but the world would not end and human beings would not die just because what you don't have fancy bags no more and jewelry.
Yeah,
No,
I'd
you
be
gotta
upset.
You get
work.
I
products.
definitely think.
I'd be
You
upset without
you're
jewelry.
out
I'm not
of
gonna lie
work. How
with
do
you.
you ship something in a truck that's not going to be purchased? If there's no demand, there's no need to make
Yeah,
supply. You're
eventually
out of a job.
the supply chain collapses.
So the only
I
supplies
think
we
what's in
need is clothes and beauty products.
Yes, that's all you need.
No,
I
I
tell you.
beg to differ. You still got to
food.
supply hospitals. You're still going to supply weapons. You're still going to supply food and everything that
Listen,
everything else that we need to
What's the big
supply.
But
five
we're the
stock?
diabolical.
consumers.
Listen, let me
Medical.
tell you something. Let me
And
tell you
people are
something.
Right.
still going to want to wear clothes.
As long as I got my Avirex jacket, my Draco,
Man.
I'm happy.
See, so y'all are not going to
And
be the
my Don
consumers.
Julio. Somebody get to the Don Julio plant right the fuck now, okay?
I
we
don't
need
like
to
Don
make
Julio.
sure. Well, what are you drinking? Reposado? Now,
Nah,
we go to multiple plants. Like,
I'm a Remy boy. I'm a Remy
all right,
boy,
fine. We'll go to Willie
like
Myers
my nigga
spot
Fetty
Because
Wap.
the
first.
only thing that'll go out of business is the things that women mostly like to buy, but there's still plenty of other things that can buy. People will have to
QVC.
shift their
QVC is
business
the
to sell other things.
Women buy everything, food, even down to food. No,
You're still gonna have to eat. You're not gonna
Nah, I
stop
got y'all
buying
beat on
food.
the food by myself. I ain't gonna
Yeah, I
hold
ain't
you.
gonna lie.
You're not gonna
I
stop
can
buying
eat.
food, Kelly. What y'all gonna go on strike for eating?
shit. Women know how to make things stretch. You feel me? Y'all don't really know how to do that.
No.
Y'all depend on
Yo,
Uber
I ain't
Here we
Eats.
gonna
go with
lie.
You
this
battle
y'all shit
rap,
again.
Kelly. You reaching right now.
No, for
What's
real.
up, Trish?
No, but you true though. You true.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I love a good 6 piece fried hard with extra lemon pepper
Red pepper what?
and some hot sauce. A 6 piece fried hard
Man, this
with
man
extra
giving
lemon
y'all his
pepper
wing
and some
stop
hot
order.
sauce. Nah. That ain't Wingstop, bro. Wingstop for white people, bro. I go to the hood spots.
Oh,
I be at
excuse me.
churches and shit, catfish
Excuse
and shit.
me.
I go no goddamn Wingstop. Don't ever disrespect my palate like that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like this no women thing, y'all. I'm tired of Uber Eats and goddamn ramen and sandwiches. I don't like this.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I like to go home for the meal.
No, for real.
Listen, I just want my light
Fuck that. I
skin,
like to
pretty
snuggle.
ass.
The fuck?
That too.
I
I
ain't
just
gonna
want to
snuggle
cuddle
with
with
you
my
burly
fucking
niggas. Hold
wife,
on a
man.
second. This is whack.
But as long as I got my beautiful light skin goddess, I'm fine.
Not beautiful light skin got
Yeah, that's what
me.
she is.
Vibration, vibration. Oh, you talking about actual
Yes, I'm
right?
talking about my actual
Oh.
woman. If I was talking about if my woman was dark skinned, I would say the same thing.
I thought you was
My beautiful
talking
dark
about.
skinned goddess.
I was like, he hilarious.
Mm-mm. No, I got a beautiful light skinned goddess. This is what it is.
It is true. Love your queen.
Well, I do very
Love your
much.
queen, King.
That's why I be crashing, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, one. I'm saying niggas get a little too friendly, bro, and I be having to, turn into Joe from you and shit and go, put a nigga in a fucking box in a basement.
Listen, I tell people, be wary of a man who knows a pig farmer.
But yeah, 'cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. See, listen, this the benefit of staying where I live, right? I know a
Hmm.
lot of niggas with a lot of land, bro, with wood chippers and all type of shit. And all I need is a wood chipper and
No,
and some pigs, gang. And
no,
it's over with.
no, you don't need a wood chipper. All you need is the pigs. You starve pigs for a week, and then they'll eat through everything except for teeth. They'll eat through bone like it's butter.
Hello, police department. Sorry, I want to report some. Oh, I'm off mute. My fault.
Huh? Allegedly, that was on a movie. It's called Snatch.
Nah, she
I
doing
just
that to you,
watched it
Mr.
on
Noah.
Damn,
Amazon
This is this
snitch.
Prime.
is this is my beautiful light skinned goddess.
Who?
Pretty killer.
The snitch.
Shoot, y'all together?
Oh, you were confused.
I didn't know. Well, you know what it is? This season of Clubhouse is so different. Like I was with the seasons where folks was not public with their relationships. So it's odd for me to see people like that are public with their relationships now. It's not just y'all. There's a lot of people. It's
Yo,
just new.
listen.
Like
Y'all know each other in real
No,
life, or y'all like fantasizing?
we know
Oh,
each other in
not
real
you
life. I
hate
live.
me.
What you mean? Well, I fucking live there.
Oh
He was
shit.
like, wait, what?
Excuse
He was like, what?
That was a hating ass question.
Yeah, fantasizing is
No, it wasn't.
crazy.
Because
No,
no,
not.
real talk, some of the people don't really know each other. And
Yeah,
they
and
have
they
like
be
a
like just putting
clubhouse
each other in their
relationship. Yeah.
bio. So I ain't
We
know if
met
it
in
was
real
like
Nah,
life.
that's insane, nigga. I look like
yeah.
fucking Barney to you. I look make believe, nigga. This ain't Caillou, nigga.
Mm.
She sound like
Was you throwing a
the
shot with
black
the bio
what's
comment?
her name? And
Huh,
Goodfellas.
it wasn't a shot. It
No,
was like a
man, what to
real
you?
question.
Am I
You know
meant
what I'm
to
saying?
amuse
Because like
you?
some people got
Oh.
they each other in their bio, and it's just be like
Yeah, we do.
for the hype, but like.
Oh, he throwing
Black love, I
No,
He
love.
I
throwing
just thought we
shots.
was like grown past that age. Like we wasn't doing that. But like
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
that's
Like I ain't trying to disrespect nobody or nothing like that.
that's my fiance in real
Well,
life.
hey
I
y'all,
love it. I love
I'm
that for
about to
y'all,
be
man.
on mute. I just want to thank everybody for participating. The man won this battle. Nice try, Shmi.
Whatever,
Um,
whatever,
nice try,
whatever.
Kelly.
You think you won.
Nice try,
We
Connie.
won
Well,
Swizzy.
Nah,
well,
We
fuck
won.
first
you,
of
Connie was
all,
kind of on
nigga.
my
I
side.
I did win my battle
Connie
because
said
I
the stomach
stated
muscles.
facts. I stated facts. You cannot produce a child at 155 miles per hour in your waist. There's no
PTR,
75% or
Connie. Do you see
2% to
that?
that.
Connie, you see
Okay?
my PTR?
So I stated
How fast do
facts.
planes go?
Oh, I wasn't trying to push no baby out my stomach. I'm just saying.
It's a beautiful thing.
Look, men
Like
are
I
It's
so
a
wasn't to
strong.
go
If
beautiful
for
we had
thing.
to
wild.
have babies,
It really
we
is.
would
It's
beat you at that
beautiful.
too.
God is
What,
in it. And
nigga?
it's the
What,
closest you
Wait,
come.
nigga, what? Nigga,
Hello?
huh?
nigga? What?
We
It's
are
the
men.
closest
Nigga,
you
what?
Hear us
come.
You
roar.
talking about nigga?
It's the
What?
closest you come. See, you rather entertain than hear truth. It's the closest you come to death when you birth a child.
Trying to tell
We
you.
What
come
about if you
close
get
to
shot?
death every day. We would
That's true.
kick ass at
But
pushing
it
out
has nothing
babies.
to get.
Yeah.
You're not. It's get out of female space and
I'll be
realize the
right back, Rich.
difference.
You can't say that to a
Y'all
Realize
man
the
that's getting
y'all
shot in his
difference.
can't
heart
even handle
and live.
cramps, let alone a headache. Nigga,
You right.
shut
And
up.
And you
no,
get
listen,
upset
listen.
when
You
you
right.
sync with your baby's mama. That's how
You
No,
you
right.
know before she tells you she's pregnant with your child because you sync up with her and you can't even handle that.
The only reason we
well,
don't push
I've
our
been able to
babies
handle
because
all
we
of
know y'all would get jealous because we be
You
pushing.
can't push a baby. You sound like
it.
a transvestite right
Cause
now.
Niggas will meet up.
You can't
listen,
push one. You
Niggas
weren't
will
even
meet up in the mall. Be
anatomically
like, hey,
built
what
to
you
Connie,
do
doing?
it.
Connie, listen. I agree with everything.
Risk